Hello, friends and followers. Well, some good news. I did replace the past transistors on this HP 1144 power supply last night, and they've been put in using some good thermal paste. I can't say it's a real neat job, but I don't care if there's paste around here and there. I was fixing Macintosh computers a long time ago, many years ago, and I was using this thermal paste, so I had some left over, and I used it for the power supply. So the thermal paste being dissipated was not the reason for this thing's demise. There's a more insidious reason, and that insidious reason is, look at this little white wire here. The little white wire basically is, well, it's supposed to be a power wire, but it's not. It's being a feedback wire, and that white wire feeds back to the op amp in here. White wire is feeding right here, right by that little chip there. And that little chip contains an op amp, I think, and a Xenier from reading the literature. And so that was unable to get sense voltage. So with this, so that the white wire became disconnected because when they wired this plug, the white wire was still where it is, but it became disconnected. So the white wire went floating. And with that floating, there was no reference voltage into the IC chip here, which would produce feedback to limit the voltage. So what happened was, when that became disconnected, the white wire was gone, this thing floated to infinity, and it then demanded a lot of current from the past transistors. So that probably burned them out, made them short emitter to collector, I don't know. But anyway, the good news is I'm now sampling voltage, and Heathkit does a nice little job here where they have this white wire right at the radio sampling the voltage and then feeding it back. So there's very low current through this wire back to that sampling circuit, and that'll make sure you have exactly 13.8 volts appearing. So sure enough, I'm measuring there, and I now got full control over the regulator. So I can go onto this little adjustment here and tweak it. So that's what you want with one of these. Not sure the camera's capturing this. Yeah, it is. Okay, so yeah, if I tweak this now, I can turn it up and down. So that's pretty cool. And I just set it to 13.8 and leave it alone. That's 13.8 regulated. It's close enough. Anyway, now this plug is ready to go onto the radio. So what I did was, to fix this, was I did put in some bus bars onto it so it wouldn't fail again. I got some 14 gauge wire and just stuck it around the pins to make some bus cables for it so it won't freak out again and go bad. So that's now a pretty solid configuration. And the pinout for that is right here. So I simply have a, damn this phone, I have a bus cable now running here and here, and that feedback wire was all independent. It was supposedly a white wire. Where's the white wire? Well, they're using orange for that, and the white wire was, I think, here. Yeah, right there. That's the feedback wire. So now these are all joined, and we have our feedback voltage, and we're now at 13.8. So I'm pretty confident now I could put the supply onto the SB401A and get some activity. And I could try to transmit, because now I have roughly, supposedly 20 amps out of this guy that would give me capability of testing transmit. So that's about it. I gotta put some decent fuses in this thing and pack it back together. Put the case back together. I should get a vacuum cleaner and clean it out. And that finishes the HP 1144 power supply. So it's all done. Well, is it done? I guess we'll see if it works the radio. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day.